Today on Co-op for Two, we're doing a playthrough of a brand new game, Oltree. We think that's how it's pronounced.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Jesse. I'm here with Greg.
Thanks for having me on the channel.
Oltree. I'm excited to play it. This is our second playthrough. Tell us what we've got set up here.
Who's the designers of this?
Antoine Bauza and John Grumpf. We're not sure exactly. It's an umlaut on the U.
We just went through quite a few intros where Jesse was determined to try to
it is interesting. One of the things you discover when you make a YouTube channel is all those unpronounceable things that in your mind you're just like, it's not relevant. As soon as you have to say them,
it becomes quite relevant.
It becomes quite relevant. Yeah.
So this is a game you got at Gen Con, so it's like brand new, and we're trying to get a little
total
playthrough
surprise.
Up here.
Never heard anything about it.
We should say that this is there are spoilers in this game. There's 6. We're not going to review it right now, of course, but it is important to know that there are 6 different quests or story pieces on this, and it does seem to be that you probably would play each of them multiple times. But if you don't want those spoilers, then don't watch this video.
Fairly light spoilers because this is the short intro game.
Yeah, So this is the thing that kind of learns you get how to play, and it is described in the rulebook as being a shorter one, of course. So. So
we've chosen our characters.
Yeah, but don't we want to go? Do we do a little?
Oh
rules?
Yeah, let's go down to the board and see how to play. In Oltree, players work together to defend their province amid a flurry of incidents and problems, while playing through one of 6 different replayable, story-driven scenarios. Oltree was designed by Antoine Bauza and John Grumpf, with art by Vincent Dutray, and was published by Studio H in 2021. The box lists a 60-minute game time and supports 2 to 4 players. Oltree combines modular decks of cards to create a scenario-based experience. Players begin by choosing characters and one of 6 chronicle decks, which represent independent, replayable, story-driven narratives. They then choose an assignment card and construct an incident deck associated with that assignment card. In addition to introducing different narrative elements and challenges, different assignment cards are rated at different difficulty levels and will require players to achieve different goals, adding replayability and variability, and requiring players to adopt different strategies even when replaying the same scenario. Each player will play one of 8 different Ranger role cards with unique powers and a health bar that will need to be maintained in order to preserve their unique power. The game board itself is divided into 8 regions surrounded by a central fortress. Players travel to different regions in order to accomplish goals, gather resources, and resolve incidents and problems. Players will also track the defense and prestige levels of the province during the game. Players lose the game early if their fortress defense or prestige tracks reach 0. At the start of each turn, a player rolls the adversity die and either adds new incidents or problems to a random region or triggers an event or the advancement of the chronicle story. As the board fills up with problem cards, region actions become unusable. As it fills up with incident cards, regions become in peril and cause an increasingly rapid loss of prestige. A game turn consists of performing 2 different actions, which include moving to an adjacent region, activating the action associated with the region, such as gathering specific resources or increasing the defense or prestige levels of the province, constructing or repairing buildings that improve player abilities, or towers that help secure regions and accomplish assignment goals, resolving an incident or problem in a region, which may require a dice skill test, the expenditure of some resources, or simply making a narrative decision between some story options. The final stage of the game happens as players reach the end of the Chronicle story deck they have chosen to play and face a final challenge. The challenge will be easier or harder depending on how many assignment goals the players were able to successfully complete during the game, and the game will end in either a defeat, a minor victory, or a major victory.
Okay, so as we said, we have played this one before, so we're going to be going at it with a little bit of strategy, knowing what's coming.
Yeah,
So
I think it's gonna. We got destroyed, and now I think it's gonna be a walk in the park.
I mean, we were kind of like, hey, everything's going great, and then we're like, what's that over there? Oh, that's like the big boss that we can't possibly beat. So now we need to change our gameplay, knowing what the goal at the end is, which is kind of interesting, but we will talk about that at the review point. So my character here, of course, I'm playing the Wizard, the wizard. He is
Conrad, not really a wizardly name.
not so much.
It's like Bill the wizard.
Conrad is it's on the line there. I mean, you're definitely not. Conrad's 2 regular actions can be the same. That's my special power that I have.
That's huge. That's a huge benefit.
No,
like all through this game, you're like, I really want to do that twice.
Yeah, instead of moving back and forth and back and forth. Okay.
And I'm Gaspard. He's a snoop. That's his official occupation. Yeah. When he's in a region, he can use one of his regular actions to just take any resource of his choice.
Which I think is going to be pretty big.
That's pretty big, because otherwise you can't do it twice. It's a big deal in this game that you can't do the same thing twice.
Yeah, it's huge. But we'll talk about that.
That's me. I'm red.
You're red, and I'm blue. I'm the Wizard.
Okay.
So, you want me to go first?
Well, hold on. For a 2-player game, we got to choose 2 starting buildings from a set of 4. Everything we're doing is because we know what's coming. So like our characters and these buildings. But we've built the barracks and the inn, which give us an extra die, an extra traveler die, and an extra
And we placed them here on the board for sake of ease so that we could see that's 2, this is 2, just for relevancy. It didn't seem to impact anything, but it did make it a little easier for us to see.
And we started these at the right place.
We've
3
already dealt out
defense,
all the
3
cards and
prestige,
whatnot.
everything's there.
Let's
and
do it.
there's our assignments that we want to achieve as many of them as we can.
All right, so and just for sake of ease as well, Jesse's going to roll the dice for our successes and stuff, and I'm going to roll the dice for moving the game forward, which you will find leads to some confusion where we're like, is it my turn? Is it your turn?
Now, before we start, though, what's our plan? Like, we normally decide what we're going to build, right? Well, we're doing some engine building in the beginning.
That's absolutely right. Okay, so we know we're going to want these scholarly tokens, but we also found that
because we've already played this one.
You wanted to say cheat there.
I did. It does feel a little bit like cheating.
I mean, I think.
But yeah, you're supposed to play these. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we kind of decided we liked this one, but I don't know if that's really that integral now that I look at
it's pretty good because if we want to achieve this goal of getting 3
we're going to get 3
things,
more prestige.
we're going to get.
But we really didn't have any problem with the prestige in the last game. I mean, I think pretty clearly. So now that we've laid these out, we know essentially, and again, this is like the spoiler part of it. We know essentially. Let's put a pin for a second. This is kind of what I liked about when we played the firefighting one.
Flashpoint Fire Rescue.
Because I like that sort of deciding what your strategy and stuff is going to be. And Orleans, that's another one that we did.
Sure.
Where it was like really kind of fun in the beginning to decide how you're going to tackle the problem. Okay, so I think pretty clearly, so the 3 symbols we're going to need, we're going to have to fight the goat monsters.
This is giving away information, but we're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to build craftsman stuff,
and then we're gonna have to use the scholar. So that would make you think these would be the most appealing symbols to take in this one, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Now this one was pretty useful, but I don't think we're gonna get around to building that many buildings. We are gonna get some free. I just realized this is like just. We get fuel from this, and there's fire shooting out of the ground. Doesn't seem very safe. You think that's OSHA compliant? I mean, I don't think we're going to build 5 buildings, but certainly these seem pretty attractive. For our ultimate goal here.
Yeah.
But I believe we will get 6 free resources. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Why do you think that?
Because I know what's happening.
No, we got resources built based on these incident cards, no?
We get them from the little portal.
Did we? That's right.
So, I mean, that could be good, could be not good. Okay, so I think for me, first of all, I'll roll my die,
You're going to go first? Well, I go first this game, since you went first last time. How do you feel about that? All right, so you want to roll
I guess
for me?
Doesn't really matter. So we go one space forward, and so we put one of these out. First we look. We don't have any incident markers, so we don't lose any prestige.
No
and then we
parallel
place
splices.
this where at the number 8 spot, which is here,
Right.
and then we get a perilous token.
That's right, because now there's 4 there. There can't be any more than 4.
Okay.
So
Now it's your 2 actions.
coming there, planning to go there is not a bad idea. But I'd like to maybe build the thing. We don't need fight to do that, but we need
Can
stuff.
I make a suggestion?
Yeah,
Because you can essentially gain one resource, right?
that's right. One of
matter
my
what.
actions.
So if you look at the symbols, there are 3 fires, 2 furs, and 2 man-made items. So what I would think that would be the best thing is for you to go to the fire, collect a fire, then for 3 turns, collect a fire, collect one of these other resources, right?
Well,
Or
let me make
yeah.
an alternate plan. Like, come here. I can gain one of anything. I can
Right.
gain fire or stone, and then prepare to hit this while I'm collecting stuff. Like, we don't want to keep. We
Sure.
don't want to
Okay.
keep getting that hit.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think. Now, one rule clarification. This says if he's in a region.
Meaning you can't be in the fortress.
I think that's how I read it too, but I can't remember if
I think that's pretty.
thing
Seems to
would
be
make
pretty.
sense. Otherwise, you could just say anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's what I'll do. Since we do need the stone for the factory, but even if I didn't get the stone, I can come here and take anything as my second action.
Okay.
So let me take. You got something that you think would be better to build first? Like, I don't have a strong preference.
Well, I mean, if you get either fire, fuel, or plant, I could build it and then move.
Let's do that. Let's take the fire.
Okay.
Yep.
So you got that. Your turn's done.
Move done, right? And I'm gonna stay there for a while. I think that makes
Okay.
a lot of sense.
There's this goes 1.
All right.
You want to read that?
Sure. You're going to have to roll to see where it goes. Internal issue. The Rangers must quell a popular uprising before things get out of hand. It requires a scholar test. 3? Okay. So we can't gather plants naturally.
What? I'm sorry. It's an internal issue.
It's like an uprising.
Yeah.
So we have to go there and talk them out of it using scholarship,
good.
which you are good at.
Okay. So the only building I can build right now. The other thing is to remember we got to do those too.
Towers, yeah.
Shall I build a workshop?
I mean, we don't need it now.
I'm just saying
but
in
it
terms
would
of
give us, it would make it useful. The only reason not to do it is if you think you're going to need help with that and you want to.
Well, I
Wait
can't
a
build
turn.
anything else, so I might as
Yes, you
well build,
can't
go,
do
and
anything.
do. Yeah,
Sure,
I could go here and we could just knock this out together.
it's not a crazy idea.
All right, so let's do that, I guess. Okay, so I'll build the workshop. We'll put it just there so we can see that easier. I'll come
And
over
you
here.
move.
Now remember that this is the symbol we'll need first when we go through.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Okay, done.
Okay. My turn.
Roll this 2, 1, 2. So now we open the chronicle. Oh, this is the part we forgot though. At the gates, you set up camp within the crumbling walls of a once dazzling fortress. The observatory, a massive building, has somehow withstood the ravages of time and still contains several shelves of astronomical treatises as well as a number of esoteric works. Place the observatory building tile on the game board, built side up for free. Place it on an empty construction space inside the fortress.
Oh, there's the observatory. Well, it's good we
So
didn't build this.
I was just thinking, we had forgotten that. Yeah.
Okay, so
So
what
we
does it
immediately
say
get a
about?
prestige and we build it for free.
Okay.
Right?
that's
So
it.
if we place it down here, so we have
Yeah,
that. Is that okay?
good idea.
Okay.
And that's it, huh?
That's it. Now
Okay.
you take your actions.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna definitely do this. I guess I should do that first because it's not gonna be able to build anything. Although it could say you need something. So if I'm gonna collect something, maybe.
We have nothing, so picking one thing out of it.
Well, let's get a fur then. That way we've got for either of those buildings. Let's take a fur as my special ability, and then I'm gonna encounter that, which gets rid of that.
And I'll read the top one.
Mm-hmm.
We can see it's going to be a
Pasture shop, which we have encountered this before.
Have we? From a short distance, a pasture shop. From a short distance, a wisp of black smoke rises into the sky, causing you to grow concerned. When you get there, you discover a building in flames and the pastures battling with gnolls. You lend them a hand. So we need, you're looking for a successor.
I get 2 dice because
Three.
three. One from mine, one from this, and one from this. So
So
3.
you go ahead and roll your 3.
Okay. Nothing.
So you could spend your thing
I'm going to spend it to reroll all 3.
Put it in the thing so you don't forget that you spent it, please.
I mean, I don't know if it's worth it for this, but... Okay, so now I can eat a heart to get a success, but as soon as I do that... Yeah, you can't help. As soon as I do that, I lose this. I'm not going to do it.
No.
I'm not going to do it.
Failure. You are wounded in the fight, but are proud to have done your duty. Minus a heart.
I might as well have done it. I lost the heart no matter what.
Okay, so now you've lost your special ability. That's what seems weird, but that's for the review.
You know what? If I thought about it more, I should have taken it. Because if I want to rest to get that thing back. So going down a heart, if I was going to rest anyway, wouldn't have been so bad. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
But that's my 2 actions. It's your turn.
Oh, yeah, because you
did that. I did that.
Okay, we stay here and do this again. That's terrible.
No, that doesn't. You can't do it twice. You move it ahead once. Okay. The chronicle is the only one. Wait, you still got to do that.
7. So
now
we didn't have
a.
Now we have this. So now that will become important. We go here. Okay, so now it's my turn. I think I just do this twice.
Because you can do it twice. Yeah.
Eat through that.
Yeah.
And then we got to build.
And then let's build a tower. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you take something next, perhaps you should take a plant.
Yeah.
So we can right away do that.
So, or, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It is interesting that we get the observatory since we know what the kind of ending is going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
that
do this
is.
first thing.
All right, a delicious aroma. You follow your nose to the source of a scent, a bubbling cauldron in the middle of a clearing. An old woman offers you a bowl of her stew if you can afford it.
So I think from the last time, I remember what happened for this, but I'm not going to spend our resource, so no. Let's see what
Okay,
happens.
you refuse the offer. You continue on your way as your stomach grumbles in disappointment. That's it. You're not allowed to hear what would have happened if you...
But we kind of remember.
But we do kind of remember.
Okay. Next one. Very happy event. A happy event.
Go for it again.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to read it, so I don't know why I'm playing it.
A happy event. The peaceful atmosphere is suddenly rent by a resounding scream. In a thatched cottage, a bouncing baby lets out a throaty cry.
Hold on. In a thatched cottage, a bouncing baby lets out a throaty cry. That's a pretty, some alliteration in there. It's it's a lot of descriptive things happening here.
You go to present the parents with official congratulations, so do a scholar test.
This is 1 success or... You have to roll the
yeah,
dice,
I'll
right?
tell you if it ever...
1, 2, 3.
So here's 3.
Couple
2 successes. You only needed 1.
Very scholarly.
You make a good impression, and the parents decide to name their baby after you.
I'm a wizard,
go
obviously.
Go up in prestige.
You're a wizard, Conrad.
Up in prestige. So now we're at 5. That's good. We got some... Maybe it's not so important that we do all these, but we're going to do it. My turn?
First we do this. 2.
An event.
Jesse's favorite.
Yeah, this is not my favorite, the events. We shuffled these cards, right?
Yeah, because we didn't get this. Numbing cold. Several cases of severe frostbite are reported among the troops and residents of the fortress. Rangers with 2 or less hearts at the start of their turn before their profession test with 1 less die, 1 die minimum.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, so neither of us are affected by that.
And we don't know how long that's going to stay out.
Okay, so now you have 2 actions.
Right, so I'm going to encounter that. You want to read it for me?
So I think we want to build this tower ASAP, right? So I'm just wondering, can I make an alternate plan? So is it better for you to get the resource and then go back to build, and for me to do this, and then if it's the same... I'm just wondering, if I stay here and build, if you go back, you gain a resource, and then go back, and then the next turn you have to build. No, I'm going to be gone. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that... Oh, I don't have this power anymore.
Oh, that's right. That's important.
So I think maybe I'm going to rest on this turn. So I think maybe I do that and rest. I guess the reason to wait would be is if I can get us something that helps with that.
But one of us has to move back there to, build this thing again. I don't care. Do whatever.
I can encounter and then get that thing. Get the thing for us as my Oh no, I can't because I'm down a heart.
Yeah.
So let me do it. This is what I'll do. I'll rest and get the leaf.
I think that makes sense. And then if another one comes out, I can just do it twice in a row.
I think that makes sense.
And then you, on your turn, you can go and build.
Yeah, so I'm going to rest for a heart and a provision. Now I have this power again. So now I can take a leaf.
So the thing about this that's a little strange is that, like, can I make an alternate plan?
Okay.
Don't take the leaf. Go back home instead. Because the second this changes, we're going to get some goods.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to build the tower.
Come home anyway. Okay.
You like it?
Yeah, I think that's
you go
reasonable.
back then. That
Of course, I won't be able to
that's
get...
me, by the way.
I won't be able to use my power to get something.
No, you just rested.
I know, but I won't be on a region.
Oh, I see.
Like maybe...
Well, then, I don't know. It's up to you. But it seems like...
let's come back. Let's try it this way.
It's up to you, but you did what I wanted you to do. So I like it.
Okay, your turn.
First, we got to do this. It's 1. So we go back to the chronicle. And we got this guy. He's like...
I remember him.
Whoa, look at all these tomatoes and radishes and this... It's a hen or something. And
Okay, read it out.
a mysterious portal. A few days after you settle in, a guard awakens you in the middle of the night. In the middle of the courtyard, a mysterious portal glows with a pulsing intensity. A curious volunteer jumped through the portal and emerged a few minutes later with a wide grin and his arms loaded with riches. Boy, this guy was brave to leave it in this
Yeah, he's like, oh, here's a portal. I'll just walk right through it.
Why not? Place a portal tile on an empty construction space in the forest. Some of your more daring elements, which Jesse and I agreed we don't know what that exactly means, go through the portal and come back loaded with food. So gain 3 resources of your choice. So we could do...
I think we do build the better tower.
Okay, so that means this and this.
A stone and a fire.
And then lastly, well, we want to build another one of these.
Yes.
If we could build this if we have that.
Another stone.
Which that's the thing we need
deal.
first.
Yeah, that's a done deal. Let's do that.
So.
Another stone.
Okay. Done?
Yes, there's a Rick and Morty episode, a very recent one in the latest season, where there is a portal and he goes through. And
Anybody watch Rick and Morty?
It's an amazing show.
Do you watch it? I don't know.
I've seen it all.
Sometimes you bring these things up to me. You'll say like, "Oh yeah, this thing," and then I'm like, "You didn't tell me you were
Rick and Morty. I watch every episode. It's one of the best shows in the last 5 or 10 years.
I don't like it when I don't know things that are happening. You know, you're like, "Oh yeah, I watched that movie." And I'm like, "When? You didn't mention
it's
that."
It's a very
like,
science fiction-y show. Like, there's a lot of time travel and stuff, and it's very like smart. Intricately. Yeah, it's like it makes sense. Everything makes sense.
Yeah, I've only seen a few episodes. I've seen the Meeseeks episode, which I thought was pretty funny.
Episode, yeah.
So I liked what I've seen, but I've not much on shows in general. Okay, so
I should have come over here and taken this, or did this just happen? I don't know why I didn't take care of that.
Okay, so this is me. My turn. Right.
We already did this for you.
Correct. So can we do the celebration?
Yep. Here we go. A celebration. You stumble upon a joyful banquet celebrating the birthday of the village chief. Just as you are about to make a toast, a hag bursts in and starts to curse the chief. You try to calm the situation. Test your scholarlyship.
People in the olden times definitely cursed people more often. I feel like nobody curses anybody anymore.
Well, if you're living in a world that believes in magic and witchcraft and religion, just suggesting you put a curse in someone is a pretty powerful thing.
I'm going on record right now. I'm bringing it back. I'm going to start cursing people.
Okay.
Like, can I return this? I know it's past the 30-day limit. No. Like, I'm going to pull out like a shrunken head and I'm going to place an absolute curse on the person. That's what happens.
It might be nice to like ask them, are you the superstitious type or are you the conspiracy type? Because if you're one, I'll put a curse. Otherwise, I'll claim to be part of some organization. All right, test your scholarlyship. How many dice do you roll?
Well, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, 3. Here we go.
I hate returning things, by the way. And I'm actually very nice. For the record, I used to work decades in retail, so I...
You succeeded.
Would not be mean to anyone.
You diffuse the situation with diplomacy and tact. Now, if there was a problem card there, discard it. It's not resolved. That means we wouldn't get this for it. And now you have an immediate action. You can call on the community in the region.
Like a bonus action?
That's right. So you would get this. Immediate action. Let's just make sure that doesn't count as one of your actions. Luckily, I've turned right to the right page. An immediate action can, or must, and this is can, it's optional, be taken. This is an additional action. You still have to yeah.
Let's do it.
That's nice.
All right, so they're like, look,
discarded.
We're so happy you kept us from being cursed that you're a total G. We're going to give you this man-made rock. I don't know. How was it described? Man-made goods? Okay, so that was my first action. My second action, I should definitely move. Right?
Yes, you should.
Okay, so here's the thing. If I go here, right, then if you build a tower here, we're going to be able to secure both of these, right? Or I could go here, which would allow me to like go through this because it's this, but then we'd have to build towers in both spots. What's the best thing?
We're going to want to build a tower as soon as possible, which will be me. I'll build it right away.
Yes.
Given that, I think maybe you go here.
And we lose the
prestige. And we let the prestige fall from that.
Dangerous.
That is dangerous. It is coming up soon.
There's nothing we can do about that.
There's nothing we can do about it now.
Done.
And then maybe I can walk on my way over there or something.
2. This is your turn.
This is my turn.
Reported missing. A lumberjack has gone missing. It made me think of the Monty Python song. Whoop.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
He left to cut wood in a remote forest, and no one has seen him since. You need your traveling skills to do this one.
We're terrible at that.
Which we are not good at. We weren't good at that in the last game either. Apparently not very good travelers. And it's right where I'm at. Interesting.
Well, we do want to collect those for that goal.
Maybe.
Okay, so I haven't taken my turn. I'm going to take it now. I'm going to build this tower right here.
Perfect. Which will secure this.
Toss us this.
And gives us plus
1 defense.
+1, and then the green.
Yes, this is now secured. Nothing can come here anymore. Can still come here, but not here.
Yeah. Okay.
That was my first action.
So now, should you build the factory? Now, these are the two that we need to build to get the workshop and the forge. We build the workshop already? Yes. So we just need to build the forge in order to
get one of our goals.
Well, no. Yeah, we would get one of our goals right now for that.
Yeah. Yes, we would.
So, I mean, but we can't build the forge right now. We don't have fire. Right?
I think,
Can I point something out? You rested before, but resting might be something good to be used anywhere. Like, because sometimes if you want to stay here and build something next round, a resting would be a good thing to kill time with. But now there's nothing you can do, so you're forced to move and kind of reset things again. That really puts a wrinkle in things not being able to, always having to move. So resting is sort of a freer action that you can do while...
I don't need to rest so much, given that
You did rest. I'm saying maybe it would have been better to have left that off.
Possibly. But don't forget, this is like the emergency if you need it. If you have it, you can re-roll. If you don't have it, you're in trouble. Okay. I think maybe I come down here. I might be able to take care of this before we cycle back to
I disagree.
Okay.
So there are 3 here. I can do 2 of them on my turn. If you come over here now, next turn, you'll do 1, and it'll immediately clear that. So there's 3. On my turn, I do 2, and you'll already be there, and you'll do 1. And then that'll be clear, and then anything that tries to come out on there won't come out.
Here's why the logic is good. Here's the only thing I'd say. Another card coming out here is a 1 out of 8 chance. Like, it's hard. It's unlike lots of games. You'd be like, if we don't do this now and protect it, it's going to happen again. This is the one that's like a 1 out of 4 chance of punishing us for having this. Whereas this, the odds are not very high. It's we talk about Antoine Bauza being the designer of ghost stories. it's got a lot of that flavor. But in Ghost Stories, there's 4 boards. Like the chance of something hitting a board that's filled is so dangerous. Here it just
I
feels
don't
like
have
1 and 8.
Like
I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna do this. So this is my second action. I'm walking down this road.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it would come out this little gate here, but
Yes, you're right.
there you go. Okay, so ready?
Mm-hmm.
My turn.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll 1. Stays on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You read that.
Game shortage. The hunting season has been poor. The village will run out of furs to keep warm in winter. So
You just need to give them some fur,
just need to give them a piece of fur.
and they'll be tip top, which we have.
And which I'm right there.
That's actually not too bad.
And we could use it for
So
that.
now I wonder if this is actually pretty good to build. I mean, not that we have the fire to do it, but
Oh,
you
build
know.
it before we start picking those up.
I don't know. But you're there. I don't know. All right, so my turn. Wait, this was my turn now. I told you we'd forget,
It is hard to remember that, especially since most games you do that at the end.
and I think because we're filming it,
One
we've
person's
divided our
doing this.
duties
Mhm. Mhm.
each do one of these. All right, so I'm over here. I'm gonna do this. Whoops, I fell over. I fell over. Is it the second?
You
Ulster
can do
Power
that
Season?
twice too. That's nice. I know you know. I'm
I
just
said
saying.
that. That was my whole point. Is
Yeah,
that if I do
know.
these 2
I'm
and
just
then
saying,
you do
like,
one.
how nice it is that you can. I was just saying.
It did kind of sound like you were suggesting that I do that, even though I made
No,
the
I
exact
wasn't.
one.
I was just saying how nice it is that you
Here's
can
the
do
Imperial
it twice.
statue, which I know. I remember this one. Boy, we went through
At the
this
foot
already.
of a hill, you come across the decaying remains of an imperial statue. You brush away the moss covering the relief that is still partially
What relief?
legible. So, craftsman skill.
Which we have
2.
1, 2.
Okay, you got 1 success. That's
Bam.
all you need.
Let's do it.
The statue is a marker that indicates a cache left over from the imperial era. You search the area and find the cache in question. You get 2 fire. Oh my god, how
Which
perfect is
perfect
that?
for building that.
How
What was
perfect
it we
is
want?
that?
Is that the one thing that builds the forge?
It's this here, the main
Oh
hall.
yeah, but
which
you know,
gets-
but we wanted the
not only
forge.
that, I have to.
for
I'd have
this.
to come back to build it because you're going to be staying there and then come here. Still,
Oh, but if you do this, you'll eat up that.
anyway, that's done.
Okay.
It's time
That's
for
fine.
you to
Let me do
do
the
what
second
next one. Riverboat. Did we do? Did we see this
No,
before?
this one I don't think.
As you take a break on the peaceful shoreline, the dark outline of a ship appears on the horizon. You squint to try to identify the boat. So test your traveling skills. What have you got for traveling?
Terrible. 1.
2. 1, 2.
Ah, not too bad. I'm not too bad a traveler.
Okay, you got a success.
There we go. I feel good about
You
that.
realize it is a Norse warship. The alarm must be raised at once. Immediate action. Go. You must go to the fortress. Fortress.
I gotta go to the forest.
That's
I'm
actually.
gonna go raise the alarm. I'll be over here in the forest, hiding under some brush.
All right, so
All right.
that's. I mean, it's not ideal. You would have liked to stay there.
No, actually, I don't necessarily
You would
mind.
have taken these next turn,
Maybe.
but it's not the
All
worst
right.
thing.
Well, whatever. All right. Back here.
My
that was
turn.
2. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that moved me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So.
All right. So now we
roll
roll for
this.
you.
And then let's make a decision.
Wait. Do we remember this? Numbing cold. 2 or less. Nobody took any.
No one's got.
All right. Goes forward 1.
Mm-hmm.
We got another one of these. Jesse's favorite. We got this one last game too.
Did we?
Yeah.
All
Full moon. Tonight is a full moon. All of the wolves in the satrapy raise a howl in unison. Ooh. Add 1 incident in the region indicated on the die.
Okay.
This is an incident.
Mm-hmm.
4. I so badly wanted it to be this one. So badly.
All right. Well, now we've got 2
pretty bad.
parallel places.
Very perilous.
Well, that's more compelling than that I stay and do this. Oh yeah, that's fine. I just won't do this yet. I want us to get this before we start collecting these. I'm gonna do this.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't want 2 perils. 2 perils will die on this track.
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea.
We did we skip over this? Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're about to have a new chronicle.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take care of this.
Mm-hmm.
So would you mind doing that?
Yeah. Wildlands. Your road takes you to a lush valley that is untouched by civilization. You decide to scout the area to see if it can be of any use to the fortress. So this is a multiple success scenario,
Ooh.
and you have 2 dice to do.
What am I testing? Traveling.
Yeah. Sorry, traveling.
So if I get 2, it's it's better. I got 0
You could spend your bread
to re-roll both.
if you want.
I think
I
I
don't
should
even know.
spend. I should spend the bread.
I have no idea. I haven't looked at it myself.
All right, 1 success.
1 success. You discover a few precious types of trees. Ah, they're precious. So you get one of these leaves. I'll leave it right there.
I'd rather have some bread.
Yeah, so not big deal. Okay.
That was my first action. So now
You can't do that again.
I can't do that again. I could take care of this. We've got it.
Mm-hmm.
But we wouldn't get the bonus prestige for it,
I'm not
which
convinced
isn't
I'm
so
building
important.
one. So here's the other thing. Like, I can do the same action twice. So I could build that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the other thing we didn't think of. If we built all 4 of these towers, we would avoid one of the
interesting.
enemies.
I think
Is
we
that-
should build
Oh,
yeah.
but we got to I don't know. I think that would have been a better strategy to have been working on earlier.
So you know what? I think I use my next power to get a leaf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then let's whack out those towers.
We have to get 3. I don't think we'll be able to get all of them out.
Well,
Yeah,
we
get
could
a leaf?
three.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
okay.
get a leaf.
All right, let's see what happens here because it
I
might...
do, I am scared of this.
Yeah, I know. All right,
But
let me do
1
this.
prestige we could...
You can't go behind this. It has to get...
Correct.
So why am I rolling this die even? Oh, because it could
Yeah.
be it could be that.
Could be to stay on the same space.
Okay, well it's not.
Okay.
So here's our little pranksters. I love these little guys. Let's...
The art in this
Look at
game
this guy.
is
Look at
over
him.
the top amazing.
He's like pulling on this ox.
Look
Is
at
like,
the-
he's carrying a chicken, and this guy's like pulling on this this. Oh, it's a donkey's ears actually. That's not horns. I thought it was horns at first, but it's a donkey. That donkey is not
It's
happy.
just insane.
They're
The
just
art.
like-
I feel like someone
like-
sold their soul to the devil to get this art. Did you see that?
Whoa.
Yeah.
You said sold your soul to the devil, and
Yeah.
that thing was like dim. They're just little jerks, basically. And so we have 3 come out, and we got to put them around.
Oh, they
right?
just came out now. Huh?
Yeah, this is the problem because we got to
Yeah,
get rid of these
yeah.
guys like right now, right?
Right. So the cool thing about this is that we've got a new action to get rid of them, but as soon as this flips, that action's no longer available.
So the action, I should read this out loud. Wealth continues to flow to from the other side. So we get 2 more things, right? We have 2 things to pick.
Oh,
2
2 things to
resources.
pick, I
But let's
see.
hold that for just a second.
Okay.
Temporary action: when you're at the fortress, as long as there are at least 1 imp on the board, you can capture an imp by taking this craftsman action. So this is kind of compelling because right now, I can do 2. I can build, if I wanted
Because
to,
of your power,
I
you
could
do
fight
it
2 of the
twice.
imps, or I could build 2 like fortress things, right?
Uh-huh.
So those are both very compelling to me right now. We're going to get 2 goods, let's not forget that. But I could build 1, 2 right now, or I could eliminate 2 of them. We have 2 craftsman symbols, which isn't great, right?
It's true. It's not great. The other event that's happening are things that take up these tower slots. That's why we're concerned. Well, we can get rid of them from the tower without too much difficulty. So I would put like building the towers.
Well, you are a better fighter.
Yeah.
So
I
I think
would
you're
put
right.
the towers as lower in priority than getting rid of these because that's our only way to get rid of these.
Okay.
So
Let
you're
me
gonna
capture
fight
them
them twice.
Capture them, yeah.
Okay.
Which, hold on. First of all, is it better to build one of these
To make it easier.
to make it easier?
You do have a re-roll. How many die are you going to roll to get the imp?
Just 2.
2.
That's not very good.
You
So-
could build that, and then we would have a bunch more times to do it. Maybe that is better. Maybe it is better to build that to give
But
yourself.
the thing is that we still need to do these in order to win the game.
I think having an extra die for you and for me is worth spending 1 of your 2 turns building that.
But will you come back and
I'm
help
going
me?
to come back. Yeah, I'm going to come back and help you and build tower.
So I'm gonna take the 2 things that allow us to build the factory.
Right.
But we did want to
Oh,
build
we
the
haven't
forge
taken
at
our
all.
things.
So I could build. So is it better for me to build the factory and this gives us a prestige? Build the factory and then fight 1, or should I just fight 2
I think build the factory.
and then fight 1?
Yeah, and then I'll come and fight 1. Because rolling 2 die is not great. The chances are not great.
So I'm going to take these and immediately spend them.
And those are the only 2 we get, or we got
2.
3?
We get 2.
Okay.
So it's 3, 2, and then 1.
Okay.
Okay, so this brings us up the prestige track. Is this a 5 or a 6? I guess it was a 5. Okay, and now we have another one of
So
these.
now I get 3 dice.
Let's put it over here. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's capture one of these little jerks.
And you're rolling 2, 3.
The
plus
storyteller,
0.
by the way, has the greatest looking imps I've ever seen in like they look just like these little guys, and they're little puppets, and they look amazing.
The storyteller,
Jim
the movie.
Henson's, no, Jim Henson's The Storyteller. It was a series. It was on in like the 80s, and there's one episode that's amazing, and that's The Soldier in Death. The story itself is a great little, story passed down through the ages or whatever, like a folk tale, and then it's really neat, and then the effects in it, the imps look amazing and stuff. It's really, really cool. So there's a couple good puppets in it.
Here we go. Ready? 3. You're gonna have 1 success if you take
That's
a hard.
all I
damage.
need. I'm gonna do it.
Especially since you still
can
have
keep
your
going.
power.
Okay, so that's it.
That's
So
your
I've
second
captured one
action,
and
you
removed him
capture
from the
one.
board.
So that's why we
I'm
wanted to
gonna
build
leave
that
him.
building.
I don't need to leave him over there. Okay,
Because it's hard to get. Okay, my turn. Can you roll my?
so it cannot be on that.
So it has to advance.
It goes here. We lose a prestige for
Because
that.
of this, right?
Right,
But
and
not
then
2.
this one comes
thankfully.
out, which goes on the second space
Almost landed there again.
here.
And that becomes.
Yes.
Maybe it's better if it lands on here. Maybe that's the other one.
No, because we need to.
All right.
Get this
So I'm gonna
success.
move. What the hell? Let's fight that guy. 3 dice. Ready?
You think that's worth it?
Yep.
Now, can I pause you for a second?
Only because we know the answer at the end
Okay.
of this.
If you're here, like I can take this. So you're gonna take an action to go into the thing. But I can do the action twice in a row.
Yes, you can.
Meaning I can
That's
take
an
both of these
interesting point.
with the same ability to fight them. So maybe it's better for you to go and do one of the other things that we need.
Build a fortress.
I'm not saying that's absolutely the case. I'm just saying rather than take a whole
So
action.
this is mine. So your next cannot get back to this. So on your turn, you will guarantee that you won't have turned this over.
So I could do it
So
twice.
you will be able to definitely kill these 2 people.
No, I don't think we need any resources.
Oh, you won't
anymore.
definitely get them, but you'll definitely be able to take a shot at both of them.
Well, that's important to know.
On the other hand, if I walk and get one of them, then you can do this and get a tower.
That's true.
So, like,
Sure.
if we know we're going to do that...
I mean, I don't think, like, working this down is really helping us.
No.
Like, I think this one we need to get rid of. I mean, at least that.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to
Go in there, as you said.
and I'm going to fight one of these guys. Killed him without having
Hold
to
on,
spend
hold
a
on.
heart.
You did 3 dice? Is that what we have?
Yeah, because you built that nice building.
1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay. Okay, so he comes off the board. Little imp. You like shot him with your arrow and he dropped the chicken. Do you ever play Zelda? One of the Zelda games, you always
I played it with my sister.
kick the chickens and stuff, and they go like sailing. And stuff. Oh, actually, and you use them to get down the.
What Zelda's game is this?
There's a bunch of them. I mean,
I only played really the
that's
first one.
that's a tangent.
Okay,
Alright, you're
so that's my full action. Now this is you.
Forward 1. You read that.
Rob, the community has been
Yeah,
pillaged by
so-
bandits. It needs financial help to get back on its feet. Are you going to roll that die?
8.
Okay, 8 is right.
So
there.
no, do we get that with this?
It still goes
yeah.
there, yeah.
Okay.
But we just, we wouldn't, it's hard to, why would we do that? It just because if we want it here.
So here's another thing. This could go around, so I definitely do this action.
Hopefully you can do this and do this.
So it doesn't help us to build a tower now.
Why not?
Because
on my turn, at the beginning of my turn, it could hit that.
Okay. So here's the thing. We know what's coming. There's going to be 2 of those guys come out.
They sit on the tower,
Yes.
yeah.
So if you build one,
I
it
see
doesn't
what you're
help us.
saying. Is it just
So-
2 of them?
Yeah. So what's better?
Yes, okay. That's
I
an
could build 2
interesting
towers now, which will effectively defeat one of the other enemies. So is it easier to kill him, or is it easier to kill the other one? We have 3
For sure
craftsman.
kill him, because once that page turns, we can't kill him. But even if you don't build the 2 towers
You
and the
can
page
still do
turns,
them.
we still got time to kill those 2 guys.
Yeah, because the tower doesn't do any other benefit. The smaller ones don't do any benefit other than like, because we're never gonna do all the incidents. Okay.
No, but we might get.
All right, so roll 3 dice for the imp.
Okay, you got him.
I like murdered him.
Murdered him, yeah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna build a tower. No, maybe not.
Tower doesn't really help us. No, you could leave and come down and go for that,
I mean,
or you could build that one that
could
gives
build
us,
this.
or you could build this, Greg, and we could get that and
I don't
get.
necessarily think that's as compelling to me. Like if we're looking at
It's
the
not
end goal,
super
if
compelling,
we
it's
look at
true.
the end goal,
Mhm.
this is the thing that's gonna help us. Having
That
an
will
extra
help
there.
us, yes. So will achieving these, though. Workshop and forge.
I mean, this thing we need to get done.
Workshop and forge.
So
We've
the
already
forge
got
is
the workshop,
the
but the
for-
forge would be useful. And the forge is useful for killing the creatures that come out.
So that's what's gonna sell me.
Yeah.
Okay, especially since the creatures coming out have a negative effect as well.
And staying here where you can fight the creatures is
Now-
also
Now,
advantageous.
hold on, hold the phone for a second,
Mhm.
because on your turn,
Mhm.
okay, so on your turn, if you do this action here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you only do this action
Mhm.
and you have a full extra turn,
Mhm.
you can do 2 things and they have to be different, which would be, but if I build a tower now,
Mhm.
on your turn, can't you build a tower and build a building, or no? That's the
Yeah,
same.
you can build a tower and build
And
a
build.
building. Mhm.
Which means that I should build a tower instead of a building because you can't do both. Do you understand what I'm
I
saying?
couldn't build both towers.
So if we get lucky and we only go 1 space,
Which is pretty good chance of it.
then I should build a tower so that on your turn you could do the 2
I do a
things.
building and a tower.
And then we'll, by
Then we'll
default,
get
have
rid of
killed
one
one
of
of the, have prevented one of those from coming out.
It's not a terrible idea. What was our other thing we were going to do?
Build the forge.
Build a building,
Yeah.
which doesn't really help us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it.
You like it?
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm going to build that. Can you put that one? Hold on. So doesn't matter, right? This we haven't, this is all 3, right? These are all 3. This is 4. We're likely to go over there to prevent that a little bit, but this one's just as compelling. I don't know. Just put it there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we might want to take care of this as one of our things. All right.
Especially since we
Which
have a
one
lot
did
of
you
those.
pay for? This?
Yeah, so we raise our defense.
If you can max this out, it's actually a pretty good way to.
Get rid of some more of
Get rid
those.
of
I
some,
kind of
yeah.
agree with that, but I don't think we're going to do that. Okay. That's my turn.
Yes,
Right.
that's your turn. We're hoping for
Let's
1.
hope for 1. Damn it.
Okay.
Well, that's too bad because now
Hmm.
that. Oh, it doesn't. That was a wasted action now.
It just was a wasted action.
Okay,
Well,
that's
I mean, we would have to do it
Okay.
at some point.
The scent of sulfur. The alarm sounds again. This time, fearsome demon servants have come through the portal. After wounding a handful of guards, they settle near the fortress and appear to be waiting. That we should have realized they appear to be waiting. Maybe that would have helped us last time. Place 2 servant tokens on 2 empty tower spaces. So in other words, we thought we could.
We were
we could
trying to
build
fill up the tower spaces.
Do not place the servants. If they're not up any places, do not place the servant. You cannot build a tower on a space as long as the servant is there. Okay, on the other side of the portal, veins of resources are starting to dry up. We can take a resource. So, if we want to build the forge,
Which would also help us fight them.
then we should take a fire.
Which would also get us a prestige, which we are in danger of losing. So,
forge.
yeah, forge.
Oh wait, we have that now. Sorry.
Yeah, we do have enough for it.
Oops. I
But,
just knocked that over.
but we have enough for everything. We've got enough for our 2 towers. We had the same situation in our previous game. We were just
Flush on
over
resources.
flush in resources. Exactly right.
But I would like to build the library.
But the library for sure. So
But I don't think we're building these other 2
yeah,
towers.
you might be right.
All right, I'm going to take this. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because we're not going to build the main hall.
Well, you're right. This is much less compelling now that they're already
This
out.
is the library if we want to build that.
Okay,
This
Which
is the
we do.
forge, which you probably want to build.
for
right?
sure.
And that gives us these 2. I just dropped that.
So the next thing would be the main hall, I think. Or money. Take money. We have no money. We occasionally hit something where
like
we
this
need
thing.
it.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I mean, actually, that makes sense. Look, because, well, look, this. But we're less likely to come here because of this is already done.
That's true.
So I'm going to take this symbol.
Okay. Do we only get the one?
Yes.
Okay.
It said they're drying up.
Okay.
Okay. Done?
Yeah.
That was...
That was the start of
Your
my
turn.
turn, which jumped to now it's my turn. So I think the thing to do is buy the forge and then kill one of these people.
I 100% agree with that.
Okay, so let's buy the forge, which is a fur and a fire.
Mm-hmm. And then we move
Don't
up
know
on a
why you
prestige
need
track.
fur to make the forge, to be
Well,
honest.
you make like you'd make a roof with animal furs, I guess.
Okay, and now I'm gonna fight this guy here.
Mm-hmm.
So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like
Yeah.
this
So
guy's
here's
so
the
dead.
here's. So can I just?
Oh,
Point this
oh
out?
yeah. If you
2
fail,
successes, remove them. 0 to 1 success, you lose a heart. So that's pretty
I
dangerous.
see. Although
So now I just want to
have
point out
get
that
2
resting
successes.
was a big mistake too, because now you don't care about your power anymore. Your character's power
For
is.
this turn, yeah, that's true. I rested to get a bread, and I used
That's true too. Okay.
it. Okay,
that's
so I need 2 successes. So I could rest now
true. No
to
way.
get the reroll. Okay, that's 2 successes, so he's dead.
I'll take him. I'll put him over here on our pile of
Put
dead
him
bodies.
under some rocks.
It's
All right, well, I could kill this guy. Oh, I built.
can't.
I
You
built.
built.
So I'm
So
done.
you're done.
Okay.
The game is almost over. That's pretty crazy. Okay, this goes
Well, that
1.
was a short.
Now we lose a prestige.
2 prestige.
Oh boy.
That's dangerous. We could lose the game that way. We have to
This
take care of
goes
one of those.
6.
Why did you roll that?
Because that's where it comes out.
Oh, I'm not supposed to look at it.
Goes right here.
It's a good thing I didn't read it.
So
And
now we kind of see.
now we're in a bit of danger.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. So if this came up again somehow, right? Like if we got this.
1, 2, 3. Now the one that gets us a bonus is attractive. This gets 3 prestige.
Yeah.
Like that's what we should build instead of towers.
No, I was going to use it on this library.
Oh, I see. Don't forget, these are guaranteed successes.
Hmm.
Like doing those is a big deal.
First of all, workshop and forge.
Ah, so we
So we have
accomplished that. Okay. It's this.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay.
That's
So it would be nice to get one more.
What is this, by the way? Nothing.
I don't think that's explained in the base game.
Last game we just were doing like we're emptying all these out and doing these, and this game we're like, here's the end goal, right?
Yeah.
So it's my turn, right?
Yes, I just went into that. And then, did you roll this? You didn't.
Yeah, I
Yes,
put
you
that.
just brought that out. Okay, so it's your turn.
So the question is, what's the most compelling
I
thing?
mean, this is very compelling.
But I also should like.
So is anything that gets us goals.
the
But,
only
that's
wa-
all we care about now, right? Like this, this,
So
and
can I
goals.
point something out? Is that you'll have a chance to fight him, and you're better at fighting him.
True.
So I should
Let me fight him.
let you fight him on your
Okay.
turns, and you'll be able to, right?
Okay.
And you'll be here, right?
Yes, that's all true.
I mean, I think that maybe you build that. By the way.
I want to remind you, 1, 2, 3. That's the surest way to lose the game is if we get a little bit unlucky.
Okay, so
But you could solve that with this instead of getting rid of these.
the other thing is like if I go here and get this, that's not a guaranteed
No,
success.
that's just
We're
one
probably
more
not going to
step.
get another one of those.
I wonder if we're not going to get another one.
So
Okay.
if right now we have 1, 2, 3 dice, right? That, and this is -1. If you kill that guy, we can leave 3 successes on 3 dice, which is pretty tough. This would be 4 successes, little better.
We're
right?
going to need that before
For
the
sure.
end of the game.
But whether
the
or
only
not I build
question
it
is
now,
it risky to leave these 3 out? Like, I feel scared about that.
I mean, there's no way we're gonna like. If I emptied this, there's.
I don't think we are going to.
We're never going to get that, right?
Although we could conceivably clear out 1 space and then get 3 problems.
I don't think that's possible. The 3 problems. You got to move there, do the problem. Move there, do the problem.
Well,
right?
we can get 2 in
No,
one
you're
shot.
going to spend your whole turn doing that.
Yeah. Okay, well, then if we're going to give up on that, which isn't a crazy idea, I do think we need to worry about this. Like, this is where if we slip up, we
No, I
lose the
agree.
game.
So I could do
But you could do it lots of different ways.
I could do this. right? But I really feel we need that to win.
Well, we're
There's no
going
way.
to do that. We're going to get that.
Well, you
but we
say
got
that,
all
but-
time. We have the time for that.
Do we?
I think so.
We might
Like we
not.
don't have time for this. But we
Okay,
do.
so go. I'll go and do one of those then.
Or build the gardens and give us.
I just thought I said that, and you said like.
No, I didn't say no. I said yes.
But then we have to get this thing.
Then
Where's
we'll
the
get
plant?
that.
It's over there.
Mhm.
Okay, so actually, this is kind of that's too bad. See, this would be good if I went over here, since we have a. I mean, it's most compelling to do these areas because of this.
Then, yeah.
But I need to be in the fortress because I'm the one that's better at fighting him. But I still think we're not going to win this.
We're going to win this game.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, sure we are.
So this is 4. I could go there, burn through those, right? Go there, do 1, then I do 2, and I still have to do 1 and move back.
Here's what I think. Like, we're going to hit this once or maybe twice.
Mm-hmm.
So I say this is our most efficient way. Bump this up to 3 more and then let them come out. Let us pay the 3 penalty each time.
Okay, so
And then get the leaf
if we
some
roll
other way.
this,
Uh-huh.
we're going to do this again, and we're
Oh,
going to.
well, that could kill us.
Otherwise, we come back around. We're only really going to do it one more
Yeah.
time, right?
So I say do this plus 3, and we'll get another leaf before the end of the game. We don't need this until the end of the game. We got a little bit of time.
How are we going to get that other leaf?
I can get it anywhere. I can get it anywhere. So I'll
wish
fight
we
this
had
guy,
another
I'll
leaf.
move, and on my next turn I'll get a leaf. I'll fight him this turn, next turn I'll get a leaf, and
Right,
you'll build it.
So, but we need these 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you fight him, go get the other leaf, but then one of us will be able to be back here to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you realize how hard it is going to be to get 4 successes on 4 dice.
Who said 4 success? Oh, you mean when we fight?
3
Yeah,
successes on.
but what? There's nothing that helps us with that, right? The only thing that
There
helps
is,
us with
like,
that
this.
oh well.
This we're never
If
going
you
to
can
do.
make the case that we can do that, I don't see how.
So this
though.
one is almost empty. That's why I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
but then we
like,
need another place to clear out.
hmm.
How are we going to clear out another place? You can do 2 at once, but I mean, I guess it's
So
possible.
this one I could do in 2 goes, and this one you could do in 1 go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, this doesn't have a tower. We really should have thought this out better. Oh,
Yeah.
this one. We don't care about that, right? Okay.
Right.
I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do one
Don't
of
do
these.
it yet. So your plan is
And then the next turn I'll do the 2.
you're going to try to get us this goal here.
Mm-hmm.
We also have to do this then.
Yeah, so you'll fight that thing and move here, right? And then you'll do that, and then we'll have to come back and fight that.
Here's why that's dangerous for me. It leaves us deadly on this, and it leaves us without the library at this point.
There's no possible way we're getting 3 successes on 3 dice, which is 1, 2, 3, right?
Even if we buy this, we still need 3 successes on 3
On
dice.
4 dice.
3 successes on 4
Four
dice,
dice,
and
which
we
is
can re-roll,
Pretty.
and
pretty
we have a
bad.
couple shots. But if this hits us, we're dead.
1, 2, 3. Well, we lose 3 right now. 1, 2, 3. We're not
Mhm.
dead.
Yeah, but then we'd be in total panic mode.
I mean, I think we have to be. This is very difficult.
You don't want to build this and then never have to worry about that again?
I mean, I think I go and then I work on those things. That's what I think the best thing is to do.
Okay, I mean, if you feel strongly about it, I can see that you're committing us to getting 1 more success through that.
Yeah, we're never gonna do
It's
this one.
It's not terrible, but it's.
I just think like it's a 50% chance of getting a success on a die, and you have to get successes on every single die we have, right? So I think on your turn, you kill this guy and you move here, and hopefully we have extra turns. I mean, this is crazy that like this game is insanely dependent on like having the narrowest amount of time, and if you roll that 1 symbol, you shoot through faster. It's very odd. All right, I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay, go for
All right.
it.
Going here. Sorry. Going here. Here because. No, if I go here, I'm gonna go through it on 2 turns.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, wait. You can do it.
You
one
have to,
turn.
because that's what happened over
It'd be
here.
nice to get rid of that, but
But
okay.
you have to go there and do that one.
Okay.
Right.
You're going there and you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You discover a pond hidden in a small grove. A strange sensation comes over you, making you shiver. You crouch down at the water's edge and notice that the surface gleams with a soft light. So you've got a Scholar multi-success test.
Roll my, what is it?
Well, you're
1,
good
2,
at it.
3.
Okay,
1, 2,
3.
3. We actually don't have very many.
Okay, you got one success.
I'm leaving it at that.
Okay, one success. Just a few sips will do you a world of good. Get one heart.
Oh, look at that. Perfect. Okay. What was this thing called? An unusual place? Okay.
So that was your 2 actions.
Yep.
That's
so now
my
we
turn.
roll
And if
yours.
we roll a dot,
Really?
we're in huge trouble. All right, well, that's good.
Oh, that's, yeah, good. More than, hopefully we'll have an extra turn. But if not, it's big trouble. Okay, that you have to do. Gotta do it. That's the one thing we
We
know
gotta
you're
do
gonna
this
do.
first.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Jesse. Roughed up. The villagers are being terrorized by a belligerent giant who has taken up residence near the village. Look at how awesome this guy is. He's like
Yeah.
pulling this whole
Holy
house
cow,
out.
look how
He's
big
like, I
it
got
is."
your house. I think terrorize. Yeah, he is definitely terrorizing you. I think there's when you rip somebody's house out of the ground. I think that's worse than terrorizing.
3 is here.
So
So
go to the
can't
next
go
one.
there. It's got to go here.
Okay.
Okay.
Done. So kill that guy.
Yeah.
Let's hope if we roll one more, it will be so different. The game will be completely different, really,
No.
because that's a whole extra like round of the game, right?
The
I mean,
real
that's
decision. If I don't get a bread, I cannot re-roll these dice. If I get a bread, I can roll as many as I need to re-roll.
like the actions are so
I know,
slight.
but do you? Like if I don't roll, it's hard to get 2 successes even on 4 dice. I have no way.
It's hard to get success on 2, but and yet you think we're going to get 4 successes on 4 dice?
Well, we'll have a couple of tries at it, but so you say fight him with 1 roll
And then go here and get rid of this.
and go there. That's the end of my turn.
Mm-hmm.
We still have to build this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rest.
Terrible idea, I think.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because whether it's fighting the end thing or
But you're
fighting
not gonna
this
fight
guy,
him, yeah.
I may try if we get to the end. I'll be trying, right? If we have
All right,
nothing
so-
else to do. I need the re-roll. We're gonna have several times when I need that re-roll. When I may need that re-roll. If I miss this, then we're in huge amount of trouble.
So the thing is, if I had known that, I wouldn't have gone to where I went. So I wish I hadn't done that.
All right. Well, but you didn't. You gotta let me be autonomous.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like I wish that you had told me that because now I've gone there and essentially I should have gone here instead. Right?
Well, we're still gonna have.
No, this could skip to here and then I have to abandon
Well,
this
let's
whole
think
thing.
about this then.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like the whole point of me going here was to clear this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is
So
a scenario.
I'm gonna go. You want me to go here and then stand here? I won't do it this turn. So why is it different? It's still gonna take me next turn. Next turn I move and do it. It's still gonna take me till the next turn to do
Well,
it, right?
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm just looking at the action economy, right? Like you can
Sure.
only do one thing per round, and if you want to be able to move back and build, then you'll have to do that next round. The thing of it is like this is a scenario I think.
But
like,
I can't. It's still gonna take me 2 turns. I would get a build action before I did it if I do this, but that works. But your whole plan goes to hell if I miss this guy.
So I think this is, and I agree with that. But like this game, so a lot of times when you and I play games, we play like Pandemic and stuff, and we say, okay, we have to like risk big for like
Yeah.
make a big risk for a big reward or whatever. And so I think like, and this is what something that rubs me a little wrong way about this game is that like you only get if you keep rolling the double, then you just sail through this thing, right? When it's really a very tight
Yeah.
window.
Well,
so,
look,
so hold on.
yeah.
So if we roll the double symbol, right, then we may only have 1 or 2 more turns to go through this, right? Which means that like, if we want to do this, then we have to empty these things out like really quick, which means like every action is integral. So if you take the rest action to get a bread, That's huge.
Yes,
If
but
you
you
only got, like,
saw
three more-
when
two
you
more
said I wasn't going to be able to do this, I stopped. But now it's clear I'm not going to be able to do that till my next turn anyway, regardless. And if this advances, this guy is not killable.
That's true.
And if it misses, we're in huge trouble. And the other reason and all of that is doing this, but the other reason is if I rest and get that bread and I don't have to use it on him, I still could use it to try to roll for the bad guy.
I don't think you'll have a chance of rolling against the bad guy because you're gonna have one less die.
You might be right.
So okay, let's just look at it in this way. I want to point out that before we started this, you said this is going to be easy, and here I see that we are very far from winning this, right? So, worst case
Nothing
scenario,
would make me happier than if we don't win this.
So 1, 2, that's one turn, 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns, 5. We could have as few as 3, as many as 5, right? Roughly,
All right.
right? So this is 1 turn for me. And then I'll have to move back and fight the guy, which is 2 turns for me, right? So I would need a full 2. You'll have turn to do this, 1 turn to do that, and then 1 turn to build one of these buildings and gain a leaf.
If I don't kill him this turn, he's not killable.
We'll probably lose. I would agree with that. I agree with that for sure.
All right, I'm gonna do. I've listened to everything. It's debatable. It could go back and forth. It is compelling to to build that before we fight him, but I feel good about. I feel like this is the right thing.
Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 dice.
4 dice. So hopefully I kill him. Okay, so I don't need to use my reroll, but I would have to lose a health, which is fine because we don't care about that.
Well, hold on. First of all, yeah, you're definitely going to kill him, but this is another problem. So now you can't get the leaf that we need.
But we don't care because we've already given up on this, so we only need one leaf for that.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I could re-spend my bread, but no, let's do that. Okay, so that's 2 successes.
Well, hold on now.
Yeah.
So now if you're not going to use the bread on the main boss, it might be better to use the bread now.
Well, if we knew I wasn't going to use it on the boss, but I could have a shot at him, right?
I mean, effectively, you only have 1 less die to roll than I do. But when you're rolling, when you need 4 successes on 4 die, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever you want.
I'm going to spend a heart.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Okay. I mean, my argument and your argument completely depend on how many rounds we have left in the game. Which could be at the worst, right? It could be 1, 2, 3. We have 3 turns left. At the best, we have 6 turns left, which is a huge divide, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, that's it for you.
I fought. That's it for me. Yeah.
So I don't know why I'm rolling this thing. Okay, it's just 1. Well, that's fantastic news, especially since now we can't get a double to move here.
That's right.
So that changes everything, right? That's the kind of thing that is kind of crazy.
Rubs you a little bit the wrong way.
Well, I just mean it's the thing that it makes it hard to say. Well, this is the idea that we should do.
We're gonna have to discuss this in the review. Is it really necessary
to have 2
to not just let it go
a certain amount of stats?
Yeah. Why add another piece of randomness? But okay.
Okay. So now I should do that, right? I mean, that's still the best plan.
Assuming we can accomplish this. It all depends on accomplishing this.
And so, if you move here,
right,
and take care of that,
that gets us another thing,
and then that's the other one. So, I think that's the thing to do.
Yes, I think so too.
But we should hopefully both get a turn in the last end. Otherwise, the
only caveat there is that building this is just as good as doing this. So this can be done in one. Doing both, we got to do both.
We have to.
Yeah, I think so.
Because right now we have 1, 2, 3. This would be 4 books.
We're
and
right
at the moment we need 3 successes. So actually, that's not too bad.
We do this, and we build this.
Let's see this.
Okay.
What's it called?
It's called a happy event. This is the baby. You witness an unusual event: the birth of a litter of 11 dogs. However, the mother seems frightened, and you fear that the birth will be complicated. So you got a
litter of dogs?
Yeah, Winter of Dogs system.
You're like, oh, this is the baby. I'm like,
Oh, it's a
okay,
baby
oh,
dog.
okay. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you have some inside information about this baby. Like, and then the very first thing you say is, a litter of puppies. Like, what?
All right, so you gotta roll your scholarship.
All right, we're
How many?
It's, well, 1, 2, 3.
Just 3?
Yeah.
Even with your special ability?
Yeah. We've counted this like 19 times, and for some reason we keep.
Okay.
Okay.
You have to pay a heart if you want a success.
I mean, I don't really think I should, but I guess I'm probably not going to do the same action twice. All right, I'll pay a card, I guess. Well, no, because I'm going to want to... Yeah, I'll do it. I don't care. Let's see.
You remember an elven poem and sing it to the mother in a low voice to reassure her. The birth goes well. Discard the next incident card in the region.
So that's almost bad.
Why is it
Oh, no,
bad?
not bad. So I can come back
Yeah,
here.
now you don't have to
Okay,
spend
I'll
an
walk
action
back.
there.
So, okay, so that's actually pretty good. That's pretty awesome. Wait, so it was a baby or a puppy? I'm very
It was
confused.
a litter of babies. A litter of puppies.
Oh, I'm like singing to the dog.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a magical dog. Let's pretend that because that makes
Okay,
more sense.
so we did
That's
this.
done. Then I'm gonna move back here,
Uh-huh.
and then I can
Build the library.
build the thing or fight the guy or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
It'll be
So-
time to fight the guy soon.
Whoa! Did we do that?
Oh, we didn't do that.
We didn't even do this.
Okay,
We
do
got
that.
so excited about hopefully heavy flooding. A region of the satrapy is underwater. There is no way to get in or out, and is completely isolated. Place an X on the region indicated on the die. Rangers cannot move in or out.
Okay, this isn't going to affect anything.
No. Rangers cannot move in or out of this region. This basically ruins the whole game. Roll the die, because like if it's 3, we're done.
Were you already in there?
Let me see. Yeah, I was in there. I just finished the thing.
I know, but I mean, were you in there before
Correct.
this event?
Correct.
So you couldn't move out? You'd be stuck
I'll
there?
be stuck there. Yes. Roll a thing, please. 5. Okay. So that completely would if I couldn't come back,
Wow.
I'd be stuck in
I
that
want to
region.
read that card. How could you be stuck in a region? That doesn't make sense.
Move in or out of the region.
What? You're stuck in a region? That's
You would be
ridiculous.
completely stuck in there. Did you put an X? Was 5? There it is.
Cannot move in or out of that region. That's
By the way, if it's 1, that would be awful.
that's
Also,
ridiculous.
that is pretty crazy.
Why would that? What? I mean, I guess you have to wait for it to come around, but that's crazy.
What if we were both in there?
And what if it skipped over?
What
it
if we were both in there
and you had to play your whole game?
and then we were just ending the game? That's insanity, but whatever.
That would be upsetting. All right, so is it your turn? Now you got to roll for me.
Mm-hmm.
And how?
It doesn't matter really because it's gonna
Yeah.
just go to here. Okay, so now this goes.
Here we
through.
go. Look at that picture.
Yep. The portal is now behaving erratically and ominously. Everything's fine. We're okay, right? There's just this weird portal that has been like spitting out little, progressively larger monsters. It expands, distorts, and crackles with toxic flashes. Also, we've probably all got some kind of like lymphoma or something. A work on demonology found in the observatory points you toward the only plausible explanation. That's pretty. Was this exhaustive research? like, hold on.
5 minutes of exhaustive
Yeah,
research.
the only possible way. Yeah. Okay. A major demon is trying to cross over to your world. We now have temporary action, which we've been discussing the entire game,
Yeah.
much to your displeasure, probably. Temporary action at the fortress. Confine the demon to his home dimension. The number of successes required is 4 plus the number of servants and imps still on the board, which is 0.
None.
So it's 4. Each goal you have completed grants 1 additional success attempt. So we now need 3 successes, and we have 3 dice. I have 3 dice to do it. Jesse has 2. But the thing is, there could be as few as 2 turns left, right? Mm-hmm. So you're going to take a turn, then I'm going to take a turn, and then you're going to take a turn.
Do we have to fight him from the fortress or anywhere?
That's correct. That's the fortress, which is what makes it a little more difficult.
Uh-huh.
So I think you'll have to build that library. There's no question, right?
I got to do this. So you can stay here, but you'll probably have to build a library.
Well, wouldn't I like to fight him twice?
That's going to be a discussion. I'm not sure yet. Temporary action at the fortress. Yeah. Okay.
So actually, okay, if you go and do, and then I build and fight, then that will be 2 successes. 2 more successes, right? Because it'll be, 1 more die and 1 more success. So that's the thing to do.
We've got two ways to get us additional successes. Building the library and going here.
No, the library's not an additional success. It's an additional die that
That's
can
right.
help. I think you got to do that because that's a guaranteed
That's
success.
well, yes.
And I'm not going to go there. So
That's definitely that's a guaranteed success.
And if this thing comes out, it's 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, and then if we get that thing that makes it stay on that
then
space,
we lose the game.
Then we
But
lose
the
the game.
odds of that are slim. All right, so I'm doing this to get us a guaranteed, and that does get us a guaranteed success, right? Because that becomes secure.
1, 2. Well, 1, 2, 3. So that will be the 2 space.
2 for that, yeah.
2 for entrance to a mine. A mine. Once your torch is lit, you enter the mine. The air is damp, and you carefully make your way into the bowels of the earth. The bowels of the earth. So we need to get craftsman. 1 success. Well, you succeed or fail.
We've got 1, 2, 3 die. Yeah,
There
that's
it
a
is.
success.
In a second gallery, you discover a broken down wagon that still holds its cargo of 1. We got a rock, which we have no need for, or man-made, whatever it's called, man-made object.
Okay, my turn's over.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And then we need... Okay, so we now need 4 minus 2 is 2 successes.
We only need 2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Okay.
you've got a reroll.
Let's roll this. We
That
can't
has
stand
to go here.
Okay, which we go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now
Yeah, now this is...
Here's what I have to
a little
say.
interesting, huh?
I could attempt fighting this guy twice,
Yeah.
right? And so essentially we have...
You only need 2 successes?
So we have to have 4 minus 2 is 2 successes. I have 3 dice
And a reroll.
and a reroll. That's a no-brainer. Fight him twice.
Well, hold on.
Because if we roll this again, we lose instantly. It's a 1 out of 6.
So, okay, so that's one option. Fight him twice, and you have a reroll.
I know it's going to happen
That's
now.
pretty good. No, I'm not.
No, but I
don't have
know
a
it's going to
strong-
happen now. This is the same thing with Endangered. We played Endangered, and then when we played Fast and the Furious, Jesse's like the woman with the meme with the math woman because like you went and did all the math afterwards. What's better?
Oh, yeah.
If I have 1 roll, but I have 1 extra die, or is it better to have 2 rolls with 3 dice each?
Right. Okay, so here's what we know. If we knew we weren't going to get this again, that would mean I have another shot.
Correct.
And then I could move and roll. And I would benefit from the extra die. So we would benefit from the extra die twice.
It's my turn.
Yeah, I mean, but if you bought the extra die, and then you used it once, and then I would use it once,
Okay, so I want
and
to point
then you
something
could.
out.
I'm not
If you
arguing
go to
one way or
here,
the other.
If we roll the 2 when it goes, first of all, if we roll this one,
We die.
we die. If we roll the 2, that means after my turn's over, then it's your go, and then that's it. The game's over because then it's going to definitely go here.
That's right.
Well, I guess it could be this again, but both of which are very bad. It would be the best thing for everybody if I could just knock it out now.
Yeah, I think it's the risk of this, even though it's one of 6. The
pretty
risk of
hefty-
this is
Sudden death.
would be instant death. Although there would be some side satisfaction that I was arguing we prevent that risk, like if that killed us. But I do think that rolling against him twice, because even if you failed in twice with a reroll,
does
which
that
I don't
mean-
think you
yeah.
will fail. I think you will get it with 2 rolls. I think the odds are pretty good. But even if you failed, we would still probably have time for me to come by, take a shot at him with a reroll, and then maybe even have you take another shot.
So with this, you're saying if we lost from that, this would be the argument that you would have made, right?
No, I'm not.
You're saying no, but I mean you're saying like that you were arguing to build this. But by
Yeah.
that same thing, you're still holding your bread, and if you had spent the action not to rest but to do this, then we would have this and I would have the extra die, in which case I would be vindicated. It is crazy that like it's like once you get into the co-op world, you're
That's
like you're pitted against your
That's
your
true.
teammate.
That's
You
true.
get satisfaction from like the other person.
Well, it is
having-
true that the turns are so tight that we didn't build the library.
That
Like
was
I
my
thought,
whole- that was my
I thought
whole
we
point.
were going to have it. Yeah.
It wasn't that I didn't think that it was
Yeah.
a good idea to get the bread. It was the tightness of the timing.
Well, sure, but obviously, like just the way we talk about poker. Like if that, like I rolled this to kill that imp. If I had rolled this and I didn't have that bread, we would be down a...
Let's say one success.
Down a success. Yeah, I think you take
He's
two
not an imp, by
shots
the way,
at
he's a
it.
servant. By the way, yeah.
I think you
Especially
take two
since I have the
shots.
reroll. I think that's the best decision.
Yeah, I think
You
so
like it?
too.
All right. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see the roll, Jesse. Or is the math better to build that and then roll? So what's better? 3 dice.
That's it? That's all you get is 3 dice?
3 dice twice or 4 dice once.
It's not quite so simple, right? Because the longer the game goes, the better buying this would be.
That's true.
The reason that we're scared of buying this now is because
But
we're
you'll-
scared that
okay,
it'll,
but you'll
that
come
will
back.
get stuck.
Okay, let's look at it this way. Okay, so if I build this and it goes to you, it will. There's a good chance it will not come back to me, meaning that you'll come back and you'll roll the same amount of dice as me anyway. And if we roll this, we'll die. So clearly, I go twice. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I think I do.
So if you move back, you'll have the same dice as me, and we will have had to risk rolling this symbol and losing the game.
Oh, that's compelling.
I feel pretty good about that one.
Yeah, that's pretty compelling. I would roll an extra die. Of course, on the other hand, if we both get another chance, which is reasonable, then you would have benefited twice more from the
Yes.
extra die.
That's true.
But we don't think it's going to last that long.
I think that weighing all those things out, I think I go twice. Yeah.
Okay.
Which
I
you
think so
put
too.
your money on? Yeah?
I
Would
think
you
so
agree?
too. I think also there's
Like we should have some graphic that we actually agree with.
there's also the disappointment if we
If that happens,
if we roll
I'm
that
gonna be
and we
punching
only
this,
rolled once.
box out.
Although
It's 50% chance.
I don't know, what does an extra die get you?
They're all the same. The dice are all the same.
I know. I just mean like.
Jesse
two
can
more
run the math
chances.
after the
I
game,
can
and
run
we'll
the
see.
math.
Because we've done that.
But
This
this
is the
part
third
is
game
this
now.
is complicated to run. That we have more turns.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 3 dice. You need
Let's do
2
it.
successes,
2 successes.
and you can pay for it, and you
And I
can
can
pay for it.
re-roll. Yep.
That's
I
it.
think. Maybe I want to eat my bread. Roll
Well,
those.
you could
No,
roll.
no, that's actually very dangerous.
No, you keep these 2 and you re-roll this one, and maybe you don't have to spend your heart.
Let's re-roll though. Yeah,
No.
doesn't matter. Spend heart.
All right.
I lost my ability. I only had to do 1 try. I
Yeah.
could have rolled it a whole again. Not that you would. That would be absurd. I did eat my provisions. They were tasty. They are.
We
good.
killed
They
it.
are
Let's
tasty.
get. Can you read our victory?
Oh yeah. We already read the defeat. This guy. Look at him. I do like the picture of the defeat. Oh wow, I like this even better. Look at that. We put it because it's black.
Now I have a
course,
question.
black
I have a
blood.
question. We don't know this truth though. Do we flip it right away on victory, or do we still have to survive until it comes back around?
No, I think it says as soon as a ranger passes the test, victory turn page.
Okay, good.
Okay, so
Look at this. It's mind-boggling. This art. No,
oh yeah, here it is. Victory. Look at
Oh yeah, let them see
blood,
it.
black blood. The
That's
black
pretty
blood of the
cool.
earth. You mean oil? No, I mean the black blood of the earth. The dimensional portal's stirrings suddenly stop. A blackish fluid drips, its demon blood, from the now inert portal, and then there is nothing. You send a report to your superior, and life in the fortress goes on. I am definitely, by the way, calling dibs on this horn. I'm gonna go to the
Put it
bars and
around
be
your
like,
neck.
look at this thing, look what I did, and then I'm getting drinking for free for life, right?
The bar wenches.
I'll be like, man, I sure am thirsty, and I'll be like, you've drank enough for free. And I'm like, well, don't you remember that time? Bing, here we go. Here's this thing, right? Like,
But the next time the portal's open, Greg's gonna be hiding that claw under the bed.
I'll be
What
going-
claw? That was not me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that was a tight game with some interesting debate. I thought we were gonna walk right over
You
it,
said that, and I'm like, I don't think that's the case.
but
I
we
think
did
should've
just
gone around.
barely pull it out.
And we did have some good disagreements.
Yeah, we did.
And I think, do you feel like we both kind of went back? and
Well,
forth a
I
little
feel
bit?
much better about this game than I did after our first play. It's got a little bit of Legends of Andor puzzliness, but I
Well,
guess
we will
that's
have
for
a
the review.
yeah, on it, yeah. Well, don't we have to talk about movies for 25 minutes at the end of this?
Does this bring to mind any movies?
Of course. Check out our quick 5-minute before you buy, 5-ish minute before you buy, and or check out our very lengthy and exhaustive review. I'm sure we'll talk about it.
That doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, that doesn't exist. But yeah. Well, it will exist tomorrow.
I'm curious though. Do you want to? Are you looking forward to playing this again?
I don't know. We'll have to watch the review to find out.
All right, guys. We will see you next time. Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
Did you say Colt for 2?
Yeah.
So I don't have to say it?
You
Okay.
have to say.
Yeah, I know. I know what
Let's
I
just
got.
go.
I know what I gotta say. I know what I gotta say.
Let's go.
Today we're playing Oltree. We think that's how you pronounce it.
What do you mean we? You have a mouse in your pocket, Jesse? Ultra. I have no idea. No input on this.
Oltree. You can read it. It's got its letters. There's a lot of moving pieces with all those cuts with the intro.
Completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
I'm just ribbing you a little bit.
It's kind of weird. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So now we're back.
Yeah.